Hi guys, I'm Anna. I'm in my mid-20s. I work full-time in the medical field and I also have an autoimmune disease. About a year and a half ago, I was diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis, and maybe eventually one day I'll kind of go into the whole journey of that, because in the autoimmune disease world, I know you know, sometimes it takes a really long time to get diagnosed, and that can be a long journey within itself. But welcome to my diary. I don't think I would have ever made videos like this or documented anything like this. Never had an interest in it. I actually would have certain people in my life kind of mention, oh, I'm thinking about blogging or vlogging or documenting in any kind of way, or they have Instagram and stuff like that. And I was just never interested, to be honest with you. I'm a very private person. But I think just having my life shift in such a way, to give a little bit of context, I was in my first year of working full-time in the medical field, and my life just completely kind of flipped. It felt like overnight. I have a sick parent. She has lupus. She has been sick my whole life. I, ironically though, never would have thought that I would have been sick. Maybe it was just kind of naive and wishful thinking, but I've lived a front row to a person with an autoimmune disease and seen the ups, the downs. We almost lost my mom. It got really bad there for a while. And now fast forward, I assist a doctor who is in a specialty who treats patients with chronic diseases of a different kind than I have, but chronic diseases. So, I see it in all different areas, and I really have a heart for that. And I have my mom to talk to, and although in some ways it could be scary, knowing a person that's had it that severe, it also gives me some peace at the fact that I can talk to someone who's been through it and I can relate in that way, and I know how important that is. But also from treating patients and assisting with patients, I see on a daily basis that sometimes they just want someone to talk to because they don't have a lot of people to relate to in that way. And I have great friends and a great support system of, even though they don't fully understand it, they're very understanding and they're gracious with me. And I just have a heart for people who are chronically sick, whether it be autoimmune diseases or maybe it's cancer, maybe it's a disease of a different kind, because I've seen it front row with my mom, but now I've also experienced it where being sick can naturally isolate you, whether it be treatment or it be you're having to rest. Like, I work Monday through Friday, and on the weekends it's hard for me to find a balance of hanging out with my friends because I'm so exhausted. I come home, I'm tanked, I'm out, don't talk to me. I wake up every morning at like 5:30, and by like 8:30 I'm in bed, and my friends are always inviting me, and they've learned that sometimes it's like, hey girl, come watch a documentary with me, come sit on the couch, and I'm usually down for that depending on my pain levels. But yeah, sickness, ironically for me, of what I've experienced so far, I'm still very early in this journey, but it's kind of taken the fear out of a lot of things for me, ironically. There's a lot in my life that is very unknown. I don't know what my life is going to look like as I get older. I don't know what treatment's going to look like for me. I haven't been stable the entire time I've been under treatment. I've had to switch infusions. I'm doing infusions. I'm on a lot of different oral medications. And there's a lot of unknown. But I think with things like this, or just certain like little decisions in life, I live more fearless now. And it's like, oh, I know it's cliche, but you only live once, and just trying to take advantage of those moments in a way that I never have before. And this is one of them, I think. My main hope and my main goal is just to, if I can in some way make you feel less alone, whether you're just a young person in their 20s, mid-20s, whatever. I'm learning to navigate life just like you are. Relationships, friends, career. Thankfully, I love my career so far, so that's nice. And I'm trying to find ways to make my life as balanced as possible and still live life to the fullest. And yeah, I just want to bring you along. It's not always gonna be fun and sparkly, but I think for me, something I love, like I mentioned earlier, I love watching documentaries, but my main thing is I love hearing people's stories. Whether we have similar backgrounds, we don't have similar backgrounds, we're dealing with the same things, we're not. We're all dealing with the human experience, and I like hearing why people are the way they are, why they chose certain careers, how they found out they have certain diseases, whatever it may be. I just love learning, and if I can maybe help someone in that way, I'd love to kind of have this as finding purpose within the really dirty, nasty things, hard things of life. And it sounds cheesy, but it really has shifted my perspective from living a life of what if this happens, what if this awful thing happens, what if I get sick, what if I have to go on all these crazy treatments, what if this, what if that. It shifted from that to even if these bad things happen, I will be okay. It's going to be painful. It's going to be awful. I knew that going into when I found out I was sick. I knew it's going to be awful. I'm going to live in misery. There's going to be times of misery, but I'll be okay. I know God's got me. He's with me. He's never left me. And I'm also pretty stubborn, where I'm like, hey, I'm going to find beauty within this. There's nothing that's beautiful about an autoimmune disease. It's awful. But I'm determined. I'm going to find the beauty in it. And, I came across, and I'll get into this later. I'm sure I'll mention this at some point because I'm trying new things. But I found a person on YouTube that has ankylosing spondylitis like I do. And he does little workouts. He's a trainer. And, I was a dancer growing up. I was always very active. I loved working out. But since I've gotten sick, it's been really hard. Whether I'm just too fatigued after work or I'm in too much pain. And although they say, knee friendly or joint friendly, whatever it may be, it was just never worth it because it just will leave me bedridden at the end of it. And I was like, well, maybe once I am more stable, I can try it. Or once this new medication or this new infusion, blah, 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 maybe I'll be able to do that. And he gives tips and tricks about, still being active. He's young. He's in his 30s, I think. And, still being active and learning different things while having arthritis. And, that was, for me, that may sound simple, but that was kind of life-changing because I'm like, okay, yeah, finding tips and tricks and shifting your life accordingly. So that's what I'm planning to do. I will share my ups, my downs, fun things. I'll show my friends my support system. So yeah, I hope you join me along on that. And yeah, this is my little diary.